Hey Lakers fans, welcome back. Today we are diving deep into some of the latest moves and possibilities surrounding our team, and honestly, there's a lot to unpack. The Lakers are in a fascinating spot right now, where creativity isn't just an option, it's almost a necessity. With a limited number of assets in hand and so many needs across the roster, every decision, every trade, and every draft pick carries enormous weight. And that's why the conversations around turning a single draft pick into multiple opportunities have become so compelling. It's not just about the immediate talent. It's about constructing a flexible, versatile squad that can compete at the highest level for years to come. Let's talk about what's happening with teams like Oklahoma City. The Thunder have a surplus of draft picks, which in itself is a luxury few teams can claim. They're in a position where they don't need to rush into making moves just for the sake of it. They can afford to be patient, to consolidate, and to think strategically about the future. Reports suggest that they might be open to trading some of their first-round picks, either to acquire better picks in upcoming drafts or to make calculated upgrades. For the Lakers, that creates an interesting window of opportunity. If handled correctly, even a team with limited assets like ours can leverage this situation to maximize depth and quality across multiple positions. Now, the Lakers' challenges are clear. There are definite gaps that need to be addressed. Ideally, we're looking for players who can slot in immediately and contribute at a starting level. But the team also needs depth, players who can step in, defend, hit threes, and maintain a high level of play over a long season. Simply acquiring one high-profile player won't solve the bigger picture. That's where the strategy of turning one asset into several becomes essential. If you could convert a single first-round pick into 3 or 4 picks, suddenly the Lakers could target multiple players who fill complementary roles. You could aim for a mix of young, high-upside talent and more experienced, proven contributors. Consider this scenario. If the Lakers could negotiate with the Thunder to acquire a package of picks in exchange for a less desirable selection, it could open doors to multiple strategic acquisitions. Maybe you take a mid-tier first-rounder, combine it with a second-rounder, and suddenly you have the flexibility to pick up 3 players who can each play a critical role. Whether that means adding solid defenders, sharpshooters, or players with the versatility to rotate between positions. The goal is to create a roster that is balanced and sustainable over the long term. The Thunder, with their wealth of picks and young assets, are well positioned to entertain such moves because they aren't under pressure to immediately convert every pick into a star. They have the luxury of foresight, which the Lakers can strategically exploit. This approach also allows for targeting players who fit the Lakers' timeline. Think of players in the same age range as Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic, or those who can contribute without disrupting the team's developmental trajectory. The goal isn't just to trade up for a single, flashy talent. It's about crafting a roster that can compete, adapt, and grow together. There's potential to package one first-round pick into multiple firsts or combine firsts and pick swaps to maximize value. Imagine acquiring 3 picks in this way, and then using them to bring in a combination of players like Keon Ellis, Haywood Highsmith, and Matisse Thybulle. Each of these players brings a unique skill set, and collectively they could transform the team's depth and defensive capabilities. Of course, this isn't about expecting the Thunder to simply hand over their assets. Teams like Oklahoma City and San Antonio are incredibly disciplined in how they manage their draft capital. They aren't in the business of giving away talent. Every transaction must make sense for them too. But the key lies in creativity and structuring trades that are mutually beneficial. Pick swaps, for example, can be a powerful tool if executed correctly. While their value might have shifted in recent years due to emerging stars like Luka, they can still provide leverage in negotiations, especially when combined with other assets. A well-timed pick swap can unlock additional opportunities without overcommitting the Lakers' limited resources. In practical terms, this means that even picks considered low in value today can be converted into meaningful acquisitions. A pick at the 30th spot might feel negligible on its own, but when bundled with others or used strategically in trades, it can help secure players who contribute immediately and meaningfully. The Lakers could, in theory, acquire 4 or 5 players in a single move by leveraging multiple picks creatively, blending both high-end prospects and solid, role-playing contributors. The underlying strategy is clear. Instead of gambling everything on one top prospect, the Lakers could diversify their acquisitions, ensuring the team has multiple options to strengthen both the starting lineup and the bench. Additionally, timing plays a critical role. Trades approaching deadlines can have different dynamics than those in the offseason. Teams losing key players to free agency might accept pick swaps or smaller assets rather than risk losing talent for nothing. This creates a strategic opening for the Lakers to negotiate favorable deals. The focus should always be on acquiring assets that are tradable or can be directly converted into on-core value. And as more reports converge on the same idea, that the Thunder may be open to consolidating picks or engaging in strategic trades, it lends credibility to the opportunity. Multiple sources aligning on this possibility suggest that this isn't merely speculative. It's a scenario the Lakers could realistically explore to their advantage. At the heart of this strategy is flexibility. The Lakers need to approach every discussion with a mindset geared toward maximizing the return on limited resources. Every pick, every swap, and every potential trade has to be evaluated not just on immediate impact, but on how it fits into a broader, multi-year plan. Whether it's acquiring a combination of defensive-minded wings, versatile forwards, or shooters who can complement the existing core, the focus is on building a sustainable, competitive roster. And while headline-grabbing trades might be tempting, the long-term goal is creating balance, depth, and a team capable of sustaining success. The calculus is complex, but the potential payoff is significant. A Lakers roster that isn't just reliant on one superstar or a handful of high-profile players, but one that is cohesive, versatile, and strategically constructed to compete at the highest level over multiple seasons. Building on the strategy we discussed earlier, the Lakers front office really has to embrace a mindset of ingenuity and foresight. The team is not in a position where they can simply rely on luck or hope for a singular superstar to transform the roster. Every decision must be deliberate, targeted, and layered in a way that maximizes both present and future value. This means looking at every potential trade or draft move not just as an isolated action, but as part of a larger puzzle where each piece complements the others. When you think about it, leveraging multiple picks or pick swaps could create opportunities to fill several critical gaps at once. Instead of simply upgrading one position, the Lakers could construct a multifaceted roster that can handle a variety of matchups, injuries, and schedule challenges over the course of the season. The beauty of this approach is that it allows for flexibility, giving the team the ability to pivot mid-season if needs arise or unexpected opportunities present themselves. Let's imagine a scenario where the Lakers manage to turn one first-round pick into 3 or 4 picks through creative negotiation. Suddenly, the options expand dramatically. You're no longer looking to fill a single spot or acquire a single role player. Now you can target multiple players who each address different needs. Perhaps one is a defensive specialist who can guard multiple positions. Another is a reliable three-point shooter, and yet another brings rebounding and playmaking versatility. Combining these pieces strategically could transform the Lakers' rotation from good to elite, giving them the ability to rotate lineups effectively without sacrificing defensive intensity or spacing on the floor. And the beauty of it is that these moves don't require the Lakers to mortgage their future. They're about smart asset management and leveraging what the team has in hand to create tangible improvements across the roster. The conversation around teams like Oklahoma City becomes even more interesting when you consider the landscape of the draft and the value of depth versus high-profile talent. The Thunder, with their collection of picks and young talent, are in a position where they can afford to be patient and selective. They don't need to make impulsive trades, and they can entertain proposals that may seem unconventional but make sense strategically for both parties. That's why the Lakers front office needs to be proactive in these discussions, thinking creatively about packages that maximize value while also considering the long-term fit of potential acquisitions. This approach requires a delicate balance of timing, player evaluation, and negotiation skill, because every pick carries weight and every trade sends ripples across the roster. Another factor to consider is player development and timeline alignment. The Lakers need contributors who not only fit the current season, but align with the developmental trajectory of the team's younger stars. Players in the same age range, or those who complement Austin Reeves and other emerging talents, can help maintain a cohesive locker room dynamic while contributing on the court. The goal is to build a roster that is resilient, adaptable, and capable of sustaining high-level performance over multiple seasons. This means blending veterans who can provide immediate impact with younger players who bring upside and flexibility, creating a balance that positions the team for both short-term success and long-term stability. Pick swaps also deserve a closer look in this equation. While they might have lost some of their previous value in the wake of emerging stars like Luka, they remain a versatile tool when used strategically. A pick swap can serve as a bargaining chip, a way to nudge negotiations forward, or even as an insurance mechanism for larger trades. When combined with multiple picks, swaps can help the Lakers convert less impactful selections into tangible, tradable assets that allow for multiple acquisitions. For example, even a late first-round pick, when bundled with others or used in a creative swap, could be converted into multiple role players who collectively enhance depth, defensive capabilities, and offensive spacing. This flexibility is crucial, especially when you consider the physical demands of a full NBA season and the inevitability of injuries. Depth is not just a luxury. It is a necessity for a team with championship aspirations. Timing also plays a significant role in these moves. Approaching trade deadlines or off-season windows can drastically affect the value of certain assets. Teams losing players to free agency may be more willing to accept pick swaps or smaller returns rather than risk losing talent without compensation. The Lakers could use these moments to their advantage, negotiating trades that create both immediate and long-term value. For example, acquiring a combination of expirings, role players, and pick swaps near the deadline can provide the flexibility to reconfigure the roster in real time while maintaining the capacity to plan for future drafts or free agency. It's all about positioning the team to act decisively when the right opportunities arise. At the core of this strategy is a principle of diversification. The Lakers cannot rely on a single draft pick or a single trade to solve all their roster needs. Instead, the approach must be multi-layered, combining several smaller but complementary moves into a coherent plan. This might involve acquiring multiple mid-tier players, pairing them with a high-end prospect, and using swaps to maintain leverage in future drafts. Each piece contributes to a balanced, cohesive roster, where the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. By converting one pick into multiple opportunities, the Lakers increase their chances of landing players who provide both immediate contributions and long-term potential. The opportunity is also amplified by the fact that many of the teams holding these draft picks are not positioned to maximize all of them immediately. Teams like Oklahoma City or San Antonio have more selections than they can realistically use each year. They will inevitably prioritize certain positions and consolidate others, which opens a window for teams like the Lakers to engage creatively. The key is to construct trade packages that align with the other team's strategy while simultaneously addressing multiple Lakers needs. The result could be a transformational offseason, where one calculated move sets the stage for several impactful roster additions. Before we continue, we ask that you leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Lakers updates. Moving on. Rumors are swirling in Los Angeles after an explosive statement from Rui Hachimura has set the NBA world abuzz. The forward, known for his composure on the court, reportedly declared in a heated interview, "I do not want him on the Lakers ever again." The remark has sent shockwaves through the league, leaving fans and analysts speculating about the tensions brewing behind the scenes in one of basketball's most scrutinized franchises. Sources close to the team suggest that Hachimura's outburst may stem from lingering issues with a former teammate or a figure currently linked to potential roster moves. While the Lakers have always been at the center of trade rumors and blockbuster signings, this latest revelation adds a new layer of intrigue, hinting at possible friction that could influence team chemistry moving forward. Insiders indicate that Hachimura has been vocal about his commitment to building a winning culture, but his latest comments raise questions about whether personal conflicts could impact the Lakers' strategies in the upcoming season. Could this statement be a negotiating tactic, a moment of genuine frustration, or a hint at a larger internal debate over the team's direction? Analysts are divided. Some see it as a warning shot to management, while others speculate that it could be part of a broader power play, signaling a desire for more say in personnel decisions. The timing of the comment, combined with Hachimura's rising profile as a key contributor, has intensified speculation about the Lakers' future moves. Fans are now dissecting every past interaction, trade rumor, and locker room anecdote, trying to identify the source of the friction that prompted such a passionate declaration. Meanwhile, the team's front office has remained tight-lipped, refusing to confirm or deny any tensions, further fueling the rumor mill. While it is unclear whether this statement will have long-term consequences, one thing is certain. The Lakers' inner workings have never been more fascinating to watch. With Hachimura publicly taking a stand, every trade whisper and roster shakeup will now be viewed through a new lens. The league waits with bated breath to see if this drama will unfold on the court, in the front office, or in the minds of fans eager for the next twist in the Lakers saga. One thing is certain. Rui Hachimura's voice has added a new chapter to the ever-dramatic story of Los Angeles basketball, and it's one that no one will soon forget. Stay informed exclusively about Los Angeles Lakers news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep receiving daily updates. Also, share your opinion on the news in the comments, as your contribution is crucial for the Lakers. Stay tuned for the next video,